Well, welcome back everybody to another episode of Automotive Drama. Today I got this 2018 Chrysler Pacifica. Pacifica. Excuse me, I'm sorry. And yes, I'm not a Chrysler person. I should love them because I have one in my shop at least every other day, and yes, they do make me a lot of money. But anyways, they do like to break. But I'm going to show you how to change this alternator. Now, the owner tried to show me a YouTube video on how the guy, he just took the hose off and took it right out of there. Yeah, okay. I don't know why people fall for crap videos like that. I really don't understand it. Don't care. I'm going to show you how to really get this alternator out of there. And not to mention, just getting that belt loose is... I had to come up with something special. Now, if you see the alternator... Do you see how I have a strap on it? Well, down there at the bottom of the alternator, it actually, the bolt, you don't have to take it all the way out. You just have to loosen it because it's got basically a hook or a hinge on the bottom of the alternator, and thank God, because it would have been a real nightmare to get this thing in. But once I got it on the hook, I had to use that bungee cord there to get the bolt started because it wants to fall off, and you can barely get your hands in there. That was just putting it in. As you can see, I had to remove the upper radiator hose, which I also have strapped. Hang on. I also have strapped because I needed it out of my way. Alright, now let me move this aside. There's the connectors. The bottom, the actual plug-in connector, yeah, you can't see. You literally have to take this one off first, which you see I haven't put it on, the big one. Excuse me. And then when you take the alternator off, you have to like lay it down and turn it on its side. I don't know why my camera's acting funny. There we go. And it has a non-insurance clip on it. But once you turn it on its side, you can take a little pick and pop the non-insurance clip, and you can actually pretty much almost get your hand in there and get it unplugged. I actually used a little non-insurance clip plug tool, which is called a little pick, and after I popped the insurance clip, non-assuring I'm ever going to unplug clip out, I tucked up behind there with a little pick and lifted the clip, and it came right off. Now, it will come out through the top. Yes, it will. But as you can see, I have the upper mount bracket loosened. I had to loosen that because I had to jack this thing up about 2 inches. I'd say probably close 1.5 to 2 inches. And I also had to remove the camshaft sensor to get that alternator out of there. I also had to loosen up that bolt there for this AC hose, so it gave me a little slack. And I also have... You have to loosen up this hose, which I still have a strap on. I had it strapped out of my way, which has that little plastic crappy clip on it down here, and it goes right in the firewall over here like this right there. You got to get that out of the way, and you see I had it tucked down in there. And then jack up the motor. It's probably 1.5 inches, and then that baby will come out. Now, that's actually the easy part. The hard part was getting the belt off. Let me see. Oh, actually, yeah, I had that motor jacked up at least at least 1 inch. Now I'm dripping coolant all over the place. Damn it. But let me get in here. If you see what I have on there, I have an adapter, 1/2 inch to 3/8, because I could not get anything in there to get that belt off, except a BFH, and I pried on it. And actually pried on it from this side over here. I'll show you like this. I can't do it with one hand, and then I pried the belt, and if you pry it, it goes towards the front to loosen the tensioner. And yeah, it was not easy to get that loose. No tool I had would fit in there. The owner showed me a video on how the guy was trying to do it all from the top. Yeah, well, I'm not even sure about all that, but I really don't care. You're going to have to take the wheel well out. It's just a couple 8mm bolts, a couple 10s, and there's a plastic clip. I think the plastic clip's there, or no? There's a plastic clip that goes right in there somewhere. Right there. Right on the end. Knock that out. Let me show you what the belt routing looks like, because if you don't, this is a really crazy belt routing. If you ever go to change this belt, you're going to have to tuck the belt behind the tensioner to get it on and off. Me, I just pulled it off the water pump because that was actually the only way possible. And I, like you see, I still have it hanging there. I got coolant dripping everywhere. And, you know, it's not easy. It's every bit of a 3-hour job if you're going to try to do this. And that's if you know what you're doing and you've done it a couple of times. It's really tight, and watch out for those crappy videos like the owner of this vehicle. We almost got in an argument about it. And yeah, I was like, all right, good thing he was here watching, and he was showing me the video, and I was making fun of him at the same time. But everything's good. The alternator's in there. I got to tighten up this bolt, tighten up the bottom bolt, put the belt on it, tighten up the mount. And this hose, these things are a real pain in the ass. There's an O-ring in here. Make sure you squirt some lube on here so it lubes up the rubber that's inside here, this rubber O-ring. Because you know, that way the rubber will slide off the shaft really quickly and easily, and you won't tear it. And also make sure when you put this back together, get it as dry as you can. And I always put some silicone on these, because that rubber O-ring, these things are really, these hoses that are made like this, BMW and Volkswagen do a lot of it, they're really not made to be reused. They don't like to reseal. So put yourself a little bit of dab of silicone, make sure you get it really clean, then you got a really good chance of that baby sealing. Anyways, like always, likes are nice, questions, comments, feel free. If you've watched this far, exercise that thumb muscle, hit the like button, subscribe button, ring the bell, and you can watch more. If you want to watch more, cool. If you don't, I'm cool with that too. But anyways, thanks for tuning in, my friends, and have a good night.